welcome to Tuesday's English lesson. We are going to start writing our diaries today. Do you remember you wrote a diary before when you imagined that you were Bob from The Man in the Moon? When you write a diary, you write in the first person. So today you'll be using I. My turn, I. Your turn, I. You may also use me. My turn, me. Your turn, me. And you could use my. My turn, my. Your turn, my. Okay, as a special little treat today, I have brought along with me Terry Triceratops, one of my favourite cuddly toys. And when you write today, because you're at home, when I get to one, you can choose your favourite toy to have next to you when you do your writing. Just check with a grown-up if it's okay, and then go off and get your favourite toy so they'll be next to you when you write, okay? 3, 2, 1. Okay, welcome back, superstars, and welcome to your favourite toys today as well. Okay, when you write, we will be using our story maps to help us with our story, and we'll be thinking of those key adjectives and verbs and adverbs that we thought of this week as well. You can change the main character in your story if you wish to, and that may help you when you write in the first person. You don't have to imagine that you are Katie. You can imagine that you are you. You are yourself in that museum and going into the land of the dinosaurs. Okay, but the rest of the story will be the same. You'll be following your story map. We will just be writing about 2 key events today. Number 1 is when Katie goes through the door, and number 2 is when Katie sees the Hadrosaurus and the jungle. So, just those first 2 events. That doesn't sound like much, but there are a lot of key words that we need to think about when we do our writing. So, this is an example of one that I have done, and you can use this to help you with ideas. Now, first of all, we're going to find the adjectives that I have used. Okay, listen as I read it first. Dear diary, at the museum, I slowly turned the bright gold handle and cautiously crept through the large wooden door. All of a sudden, I was in a massive jungle full of scary dinosaurs. A tiny green dinosaur appeared in front of me. I was terrified. I thought he was going to gobble me up. Okay, so I'm going to read that again, and we're going to see if we can find those adjectives. So we start with dear diary. Can you read the first part with me? Dear diary. That's right. At the museum, I slowly turned the bright gold handle. Which words describe the handle? Can you tell me? Well done if you said bright and gold. That's right. And cautiously crept through the large wooden door. Which words describe the door? Well done if you said large for our first adjective, and our second adjective, wooden. The large wooden door. All of a sudden, I was in a massive jungle. Which word describes the jungle? Can you tell me? Well done if you said massive. Full of scary dinosaurs. Which word describes the dinosaurs? Can you say? Well done if you said scary. Next, we're going to describe the dinosaur, the Hadrosaurus. A tiny green dinosaur appeared in front of me. Which words describe that dinosaur? Can you say? Well done if you said tiny. Oops. A tiny green, and well done if you said green. A tiny green dinosaur appeared in front of me. I was terrified. I thought he was going to gobble me up. Okay, so Those are our adjectives that we have now made red. Next, we're going to think about the verbs, the doing words, and see if you can spot them with me. So we'll start reading again. Can you read it with me again? Dear diary, at the museum, I slowly turned the bright gold handle. So what did I do to that bright gold handle? That's right, I turned it. And how did I turn that handle? How did I turn that handle? That's right, I slowly turned that handle. So I'm going to colour the adverbs and the verbs in purple. Slowly turned. Can you do that? Slowly turned. And cautiously crept through the large wooden door. Read that with me. And cautiously crept through the large wooden door. Which are the verbs that describe how I went through the door? Well done if you said that I crept, and well done if you spotted the adverb. How did I creep? I cautiously, that wow adverb, cautiously crept through the large wooden door. All of a sudden, that's our time connective. Can you say that? All of a sudden, I was in a massive jungle full of scary dinosaurs. A tiny green dinosaur appeared in front of me. I was terrified. I thought he was going to gobble me up. What's the verb? What did I think he was going to do? I thought he was going to gobble me up. That's right, that verb gobble. Oh, that's a purple one. Okay. So, you don't have to use this example if you don't want to, but on the screen, I will leave it on this screen at the end, and you can write a similar first part of your diary, and you can think about changing some of those adjectives and think about changing some of those verbs. Now, do think about it carefully, because at the museum, I slowly turned the bright gold handle and cautiously crept through the large wooden door. You could say I quickly ran through the large wooden door. That's absolutely fine, but think about those actions. They have to make sense. Okay. You probably might want to keep a large wooden door, maybe massive wooden door. Maybe you could change the door, maybe it's a metal door. You can keep it as wooden if you wish to. It's entirely what you imagine. I was in a massive jungle. You could keep massive, but you could change that adjective to humongous, gigantic. Just be careful with your choices. You don't want to say big. That doesn't sound quite so good, okay? And maybe the dinosaurs that you met, maybe they weren't scary, maybe they were friendly, okay? So you can change those adjectives and change some of those verbs if you wish to. If you wanted to write completely your own, then you can just use your story map, and we are just using those first two pictures, remember, we're not going up to the hill yet. Okay. This is your must, should, could and might. So just remember that as you go. Write in order and in the past tense, include adjectives, include verbs and adverbs, and can you describe how you feel as a might? Okay, so I'm going to go back to this screen now. And this is the one that you might use. Have fun and enjoy writing your story, and you can read it to your favourite toys when you've finished. Okay, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.